Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of your favorite show, The Election Yatra. We are on the route crisscrossing different cities, and we right now are in Bengaluru, outside the very iconic, the majestic Vidhan Sauda here. The state has 28 Lok Sabha seats. Every seat is important when it comes to the BJP's mission of 370 par. The Congress also fighting for its survival. This is one of the states where the Congress has a state government on its own. And remember, a lot has happened between when the Congress won the election to now. There are issues of water crisis. There is an issue of the civic infrastructure that many say is crumbling in this entire city. To the issue of traffic wars, where people need to spend hours and hours together on the roads. And don't forget the blast that happened at the Rameshwaram Cafe. So a lot of talking points. The sun here is out. The sun is extremely harsh. It's a hot summer here in Bengaluru. But there is also some kind of a hawa that is blowing. Now, which hawa is this? Which way is that hawa blowing? Over the next few minutes, this is our idea. We try and talk to voters. We are trying and talking also to a lot of newsmakers, to karyakartas, to political parties, to find out what is on their mind as the election yatra now begins. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on board the Election Yatra Express that has moved away from the state of Maharashtra. We've been in Karnataka now for the past 2 days, and in Bengaluru it's unusually hot. People tell us itni garmi nahi hoti hai, but this time zyada garmi hai. Though there is a little bit of breeze that you can feel in the air. We are right inside our bus. Behind us is the very majestic Vidhan Sauda. So this heat that we have, is this the heat of the campaign? Is this global warming? We have an interesting panel of guests joining us, both who represent citizen voices and netas who are contesting. They want your vote. So we must ask them the right questions, and we'll see whether we get right answers or, answers that are able to satisfy you. Let's welcome on the bus Professor Rajiv Gowda. He's a Lok Sabha candidate from Bengaluru North. He's been very gracious to leave his campaigning, give us some time here. And so has been PC Mohanji, a Lok Sabha candidate from Bengaluru Central from the BJP. And he has a long legacy, very understated. Many say he's a very down-to-earth neta, and he's also taken out time from his campaigning to be a part of a bus. And on the two extremes, you see our two citizen voices. We have Shashi Kumar, the State General Secretary of CAMPS and Citizen Voice Bengaluru, joining us. And also good to have Sandeep Anirudhan, founder Citizens Agenda for Bengaluru. So citizen voices will be heard, but first up, let's get the netas. Rajiv Gowda ji, you represent the Congress. The Congress in the state of Karnataka, what is the situation? Is this a battle between what the Karnataka Congress is given their guarantee model, like we saw during the assembly elections? Do you believe that's going to halt the BJP's juggernaut in Karnataka? The last time they got 25 of the 28 seats here.
Two responses to that, Deepthi. First, the people of Karnataka rejected the BJP 1 year ago, and they haven't changed their minds. They're not going to vote for BJP candidates. More than that, the 25 MPs that were elected from Karnataka did not raise their voice on behalf of the people of Karnataka about the interests of Karnataka. So people here are really upset, and the central government has done amazing, terrible injustice to Karnataka, especially on the financial front. All of us had gone to Delhi and protested at Jantar Mantar, and when the MPs were elected from here, the 25, do not even open their mouths on behalf of the state, then people's anger, really gets out of control. People are really, really upset. And so we will see that kind of a reaction when it comes to the election. Beyond that, in 10 months, the Karnataka Congress government has delivered on 5 guarantees. Why did we need to provide those guarantees? Because in 10 years under Prime Minister Modi, we've seen economic distress, we've seen price rise, we've seen unemployment, we've seen women dropping out of the workforce. All these are addressed by our 5 guarantees. As a result, the people are responding to us with tremendous love and enthusiasm, and I foresee a Congress sweep in the Lok Sabha election in Karnataka.
You foresee a Congress sweep?
Starting with Bangalore North.
In Karnataka, starting with your constituency. Now, PC Mohanji, in case that happens, the BJP could be in deep trouble because you're looking at a Mission 370, a Mission 400 Par that clearly cannot happen without your kitty from the state of Karnataka. Now, the truth be told, a lot of sitting MPs in the state by the BJP have been removed. Even in Bengaluru itself, I think it's only you and Tejasvi Surya who've been repeated. A lot of them have been removed. So does that also not tell us about anti-incumbency, or you believe it's just because it's Narendra Modi, all of you can win? What about individual efforts by all MPs?
The last 2014, my second election, when Narendra Modi ji was projected as Prime Minister of this country, we went with UPA government's corruption book, that is Akash Se Patal Takka. That is for 2G scam, coal, Adarsh and whatnot, like Commonwealth and other things. The 10 years of 2014 to 24, we are going with the achievements of Narendra Modi ji's government. As a parliament members of Bangalore South, North and Central, what we brought it to Bangalore, that is about 1,30,000 crores we have brought it. The 40-year dream of Bangaloreans to have a suburban train. Last year, groundbreaking ceremony was done by none other than our Prime Minister. Around 15,600 crores have begun. For metro expansion is given. 1,000 crore will mean spent on my constituency itself on smart city, like Prime Minister Awas Yojana. Say for the last 10 years in UPA period, only 8 lakh houses were built. Whereas in Narendra Modi ji's government, 4.5 crore houses have been built. Ayushman Bharat, more than lakhs of people have been benefited by the scheme. They take the thing in National Highway also, about 37 kilometers of National Highway work is per day it's going on. Even in my constituency where, Mahadevpura, that is from TC Palya to Kolatur Gate, 15 kilometer longest flyover DPR is under process. Another 3-4 months the work also will start. And Chennai Bangalore Express, they named the Bangalore Mysore Expressway. All these developments have taken place in Narendra Modi ji's government. The 10 year without any corruption charges, Narendra Modi ji government is working, and we are proud that, where Congress always said, you go with Narendra Modi. Yes, I am proud to say that my leader is Narendra Modi. I will go and ask vote in his name also, as well as what I did also. Whereas Congress does not have their leader. They don't want to name their leader, and they don't want to go with their name leader. They don't want to name their leader, national leader. Well, that's the thing. Today, people want development. In Congress government, only corruption. When it after 10 months back, we lost the election in Karnataka. 10 months, Karnataka is in power. In Karnataka, Congress is in power. But the last 10 months, not a single pothole has been filled. Government has no money with them. They don't have any for development. In the name of guarantee, people also are suffering. 200 units, they said free. Now they say within 200 units you have to use. Of course. And after that, the 50% tariff has gone for others. And 2,000 rupees, they did not give. Altogether 3 months now they are giving together because of the election. After election they will not give because they don't have any money in the government. People today want Narendra Modi ji as the third time they want to see him as the Prime Minister of the country. And today see, after the pandemic, COVID, we were the 10th largest economy. Today we have reached 5th. We are confident that the people of the country is confident that we are going to reach it to the 3rd place. So definitely Narendra Modi ji will get more than 376. And Bangalore, not only Bangalore, out of 28 Bharatiya Janata Party and JDS alliance will win.
You're saying you're winning 28 out of 28, both the BJP, the JDS alliance. Before I get in both our citizen voices, I just want a quick, one more questions with Rajiv Gowda ji and PC Mohanji. Now, PC Mohanji, you spoke about corruption. And I was listening to you speaking about corruption. The 40% Sarkara is something that many believe got the government down then. And that's why the Congress, through its guarantees, could ensure that they win the assembly elections. if the Pradhan Mantri says, na khaunga, na khane dunga, what is the need to have leaders like Ashok Chavan? You yourself just spoke about a lot of ghotalas. You accused him also of corruption. Leaders like Praful Patel, the list is long. Ajit Pawar, who's holding the finance ministry only in Maharashtra. Now, not just that, adding to your trouble is also a lot of infighting in the BJP scam. A lot of candidates who want to fight as independent, including Ishwar Appaji. And he's been using the Prime Minister's photograph. You say कि उनको उनकी photo नहीं use करनी चाहिए. So again, is it the BJP versus the BJP in the Lok Sabha battle instead of the BJP versus the Congress?
No, see, Ishwarappa is our senior leader. He has some confusion. Definitely things will get sorted out. Definitely he will withdraw from the candidature. That I am confident also. Even at the end he will support B.Y. Raghavendra. When it comes to 40%, what you said now, it is, it was managed by Congress. The contractor said after now he is telling Congress is 40%. See, it's all managed by Congress before the election. Okay. That's the thing.
Okay, Rajiv Gowda ji, you want to respond? And also more about the fact that is the Congress living under some illusion? Maybe they say you won an election by fluke because the BJP did bad, not because you did well.
Not at all. People voted positively, and we are again maintaining a very positive campaign. If you think about what my colleague Mr. Mohan is telling you, he's talking about no corruption under Prime Minister Modi. What did the Supreme Court tell us about the electoral bonds? That they're unconstitutional, that that's the height of corruption, and the bulk of that money has gone to na khaunga. Who has cowered it?
But आपने भी तो लिया है, कांग्रेस ने भी खाया है.
Point is, who set it up? Who set it up?
They set it up. You walked in the trap.
And you look at the pattern. You do an ED raid on a company, they contribute, the case gets closed. It's called extortion. That's the business they're in, and that's what 40% Sarkara in Karnataka was all about, and that's why they've been rejected. For all this dialogue about corruption charges against the UPA, in 10 years, has even a single one of them been proved? No. So that's all just media management, headline management. We are people who have concern about those who are falling behind. We provide a social safety net to those who are in distress. Those who are especially in distress because of the economic mismanagement of Modi Sarkar. You've forgotten demonetization. Who are the geniuses who gave us demonetization? Slowed down the economy quarter after quarter after that.
Are these issues that still matter to the voter?
Economy, the stomach matters. The price of everything has gone up double. Incomes have not gone up. What do? You eat less. That's the problem. So people are voting with their stomachs this time. They're voting for the Congress guarantees. They're voting for a party and for candidates like me who care, who have the empathy, who have the compassion, and who have the solution to their concerns, to their difficulties.
Okay, now Shashi, why don't you respond to what you've heard from both netas? Both sides of the political aisle, basically all netas trying to say we are doing good, we are concerned about citizens, but are they really are? When you're in a city like Bengaluru that gives so much of taxes, but still its civic infrastructure is stumbling, people are wondering, we are living here, ghar pe pani nahi aa raha. I mean, how is that even possible? Who's to be blamed for this?
Definitely the political system has to be blamed, no doubt, because earlier government also we saw a huge corruption was there and we raised our voice. Across the country it was there, we especially representing towards the education system. And education system was worst hit during the last government in Karnataka. And we all managed to only go to the honorable court and get justice. Even that, it has not been materialized still there. Even this government, it has to take up these matters, settle down. If there is a will to do something good, definitely there is a way. But that way is not been found from the political parties. That is where our pains are. And we have huge corruptions, and not only corruptions, when it comes to education system, there is a lot of issues pending, and even children are vulnerable. Substance abuse, drug abuse, their traffic congestion, transportation system has to be fixed. All this has to be done by collective responsibility. It is not just by the citizen or just by the politician, but now the people of Bangalore or people of Karnataka has to think twice when they vote a right candidate. We always demand a right-minded citizen who is contesting in the political party has to be chosen irrespective of party, because here only demanding on one particular person and getting a vote is not the way out. Every person has to be analyzed when before voting. That is what we demand as a citizen, and see that every responsible winner has a responsibility that he has to raise his voice against the local issues.
Okay, now you say a lot of interesting things. Sandeep, I want you to push that point a little further. If the BJP last time got 25 of 28, they've changed a lot of their sitting MPs. So the BJP has a plan where once they remove these MPs, it's considered that anti-incumbency khatam ho gaya. You know, then everything will work because you have the Prime Minister, you have his vision, you have his focus. Is this something that really resonates with people? I mean, because we've seen in states after states, sitting chief ministers are changed close to elections, and then the same government is actually voted back to power. So are citizens also to be blamed, and also in a city like Bengaluru where we do not see a very great turnout?
No, it is. Typically our electorate, it is a known fact that neither is there awareness nor is there engagement. If a citizen comes to vote once in 5 years, that's a boon. And I fundamentally believe that a democracy will not work if we don't have informed or aware or engaged citizens. That we have a democracy at all itself is good fortune for us. But it's a known fact that it really doesn't work. So it's basically manipulated through money, power play and stuff like that. Given that, at least the laws of the land need to be applied. Now, let me come to because I live in Bengaluru. I don't know much about the state politics, but the city's politics, today see, the city is going through a severe water shortage. It is the worst water shortage it's ever had. It has had the highest temperature in the last 15 years. We just touched 40 degrees. This city is sinking. It is going to the dogs. And the administration, the politics, none of it is able to respond. If you ask me, the state has not even announced what it's doing as a short-term measure or a long-term measure. The outcome of the city, why it is like this today, it's because of misgovernment and lack of planning.
Okay.
Both of these are not addressed by anybody. Citizens don't ask about it, politicians don't ask about
Citizens ask about it. I've been on the
No,
trail.
not
People say कि
sufficiently.
घर में पानी नहीं आता, हम tax क्यों देते हैं? And they
it.
also
वो अलग
ask
बात है,
Rajiv
but
Gowda ji.
nobody is questioning why there's no planning.
Let's ask
is
him if there is a
mandated.
plan. If there is a plan, because you have the Congress ruling the state of Karnataka. Now, how is it कि घर पे पानी नहीं आ रहा है? People, are rationing water. They're going to the, malls, work from home. A lot of these things happening. This is unbelievable, Rajiv ji.
So, over the last 3-4 years, before we took office, the BJP started a process of desilting some of our major tanks, major lakes. They have not completed it. Okay? And as a result, now, when we need groundwater recharge, we haven't got the water in those lakes. So that's we have inherited this problem.
So you're saying the BJP is to be blamed?
That's one of the angles.
Huh.
What plans do we have? We have controlled the tanker business, and to make sure that not just rich people, but everyone gets access to water. We are working on recharging and refilling lakes wherever possible. We've adopted a climate action plan so that we don't we don't face the fate of Delhi and Mumbai in terms of pollution and all those sorts of problems. We are going to very, very aggressively move forward in making sure that water doesn't become a problem here. Part of it requires citizens to install double pumping lines for treated water, etc., to do rainwater harvesting. But we are already, in the previous Siddaramaiah government itself, we used treated water to refill in the KC Valley chain of tanks, the Hebal Valley chain of tanks, etc. So we're very far-sighted and imaginative. We have a project called Mekedatu, where we're going to create a balancing reservoir to have more water for this most productive world-class city of Bengaluru. But for this, the central government has somehow prevented us from getting environmental clearance, and there has been no progress. So this is not the kind of concern for the people of Bengaluru that the central government should show. And we are in any case going ahead. We will put in place the measures. There will be rains very, very soon. We just celebrated Yugadi, our New Year. This usually rains after this, and things will turn out much better.
So maybe some godly intervention is what can save all of us.
Our
But-
government's intervention too.
Okay. I'll want PC Mohanji to respond to a lot of other questions that were raised. And Garaji, this is interesting for you also. The Rameshwaram Blast Cafe. The Rameshwaram Blast Cafe. Now, there is this larger overarching narrative of national security, of internal security, where the BJP says we clearly have an upper hand. So is this again where the Congress goes on a back foot and this PC Mohanji helps you? You believe that national security, internal security, nationalism are issues that matter even to the Karnataka electorate and the Bengaluru electorate?
Throughout the country, this is very important. Whenever Congress comes to power in state or center, wherever, all these kind of activities become more. See, about 1 month or 1.5 months back, there was Rajya Sabha elections. One of their candidate won the elections. Pakistan Jindabad. Can this slogan be shouted in Vidhan Saudha? This can happen only when Congress is in power. And 3-4 ministers come and defend that. And the candidate also did not, at least he could have at least condemned the person who shouted that slogan. And Rameshwaram blast. First what they said, it's a cylinder blast, that, this and other thing. Like all these activities happen only when Congress is in power.
Is that true?
When Congress is in power, the BJP does all these sorts of activities, or their agents, just to create a bad name for us. What do you mean by national security when China has invaded Ladakh and made us unable to patrol our own borders? Is that protecting national security? Is when Manipur is in flames, as the Prime Minister responded, is Manipur not part of India and part of our national security? When this is the track record of the BJP, I do not want them to even raise this issue and expect anyone to believe them. Their track record is of letting down the people of India and our national security. It is not an issue. People understand that when it comes to the nation building, division of Pakistan, that is the Congress's contribution. And the BJP only is focused on diversion, division, polarization. Ask what these people did. They have no track record in Bengaluru city. The first thing the three candidates did was to try and take one small incident and make it into a communal crisis. Okay, that was prevented. There are FIRs against them, including my neighbor here, and basically that's all. The only card they have is communal, is division, polarization. That's it. Nothing more to offer the people of India.
Before I give Sir the last word here, Rajiv Garaji, tell me something. Did you allude to the fact that it's the BJP that engineered the Rameshwaram blast also? Are they behind all this?
Historically, whenever communal related activities take place, they take place because they want to try and destabilize our governments. And the people who are involved, even here, there's
But
a
then when
BJP
you're in
activist.
charge, you
A
will have
BJP
the
activist.
all agencies
A
under
BJP
your
activist has been arrested by the NIA. Why has the BJP
Then you will
activist?
come to know the truth now.
When-
Who's behind that?
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out.
How can you accuse BJP?
But then to say that a
Yes, when
political
he said,
party
you know,
is behind
They do
this,
it all the time. It's their modus operandi.
you stick to that.
I
Shailesh,
will stick to that.
That they are behind all this.
They are behind communal
to
clashes all the time.
destabilize your government.
Yes, absolutely.
Only when Congress is in power, such thing. Let him answer, say that who shouted Pakistan Zindabad. Can any can the party condemned it?
Whoever I
Just
condemn
to-
it, whoever shouted will
Nobody
face
now
the
because
music.
since I said he's sitting
We'll
next
face
to
the
me, he's
music.
doing it.
We'll face
Otherwise,
the
where did
music.
he do that? Where was he on that time?
They
Where was he? And none of them, including the president, they all ministers came and defended it. He did not
Nobody
shout.
defended it.
Defended
Nobody
it.
But has there been any
Including the
action?
candidate
If anyone
who won
made that
also.
slogan, there is
Yes.
no place for such a slogan
Rameshwaram
in
blast,
India.
they wanted to say something, it's a cylinder blast. See, why are they supporting all such things? And
What we say
and one
is,
more thing,
let us wait
just
for
to
the
please one
investigation.
particular section of people, they are doing all these things. Even they will also know that that particular section of people also will teach a lesson to Congress one or another day.
Okay.
They are doing.
I really think that my neighbor here has, unfortunately, a very, very sorry track record when it comes to communal harmony. There's always attempt to disturb the peace in Karnataka. In our Karnataka anthem, we have a nice slogan there which says, Sarva Janangada Shantiya Tota. It means Karnataka is the peaceful garden of all religions, all communities. That is the vision with which Congress moves forward. That is exactly the opposite of what That's the opposite of that is what the BJP does.
But it's an interesting Congress versus a BJP fight. And you see how heated that fight becomes more so because you will see the temperature soaring. And this is just the beginning. We are waiting for the big election in Bengaluru to take place. And both Sandeep and Shashi, they've been citizen voices raising your questions. I thank PC Mohanji, Rajiv Gowdaji for taking out time, for joining us on board the election yatra. We'll continue to raise your questions. And this journey, ladies and gentlemen, continues. So you've heard what the netas say, but remember there are a lot of issues that the voters also speak about. So it's time for the election yatra to take a quick halt. But on the other side, we'll get netas from different political parties on top of our bus. And we'll ask them questions that you've been asking. And also interestingly, we had an interesting breakfast pe charcha. All that and much more when we come back. Karnataka was once actually called the city of gardens. People have started saying that this has become a city of garbage. There are a lot of civic issues people talk about. There is a lot of apathy when it also comes to voters. The reason why we do not see as much participation of voters during the elections. Who's to be blamed? Is it the netas to be blamed or the janta to be blamed? Now, we are just outside the very majestic Vidhan Sauda that you see behind me. We are on top of our election yatra bus. The bus also, remember, has the honor of inviting a lot of newsmakers, a lot of politicians, representatives of political parties. So when you're in Karnataka, we will say good evening. Welcome here to Mohan Vishwa, the BJP spokesperson with us. Next to Mohan is also Prashanti GS. She's representing the JDS. And do remember, they are both allies now. So it's the Congress, it's the BJP and the JDS working together. The Congress for the moment is standing a little away. But the Congress believes that through its guarantees, it will be able to sail through. We have T.R. Prasad Gowdaji, leader of the Congress, with us here on our left. And also Abdul Razak Khan, who's a political analyst, is completing this panel on top of the bus. So, Mohan, let's begin by asking you that when you talk of the BJP in Karnataka, now, you've been pretty confident otherwise of this state. The state that has a pattern of voting differently when it comes to the assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections. But this time around, when you have the Congress in power, are you scared? Are you nervous?
No, not like that. If you see 2019 elections also, we were not in power. In fact, then Congress and the JDS, they were in alliance.
Yes.
So Kumaraswamy was the chief minister. Even then, by sitting in the opposition, we were able to get 25 seats out of 28. Okay, and one independent, Sumalata, she is also with us now. So that was the strike rate we had when we were sitting in the opposition. Even now also, same thing. And also, if you ask me, I think this Congress government in the state, it is the first time in the history of independence, let me tell you, the government which is going through an anti-incumbency within 1 year of its inception.
Are you saying you will get 26 seats this time?
Did I say?
No, I'm asking you.
I said last time we got 26. This time
So
we're going to get 28. You're going to lose even the
He said
single
28.
seat.
He said
You're going to
28
lose that
out of
even a
28.
single seat.
That would be joke
Even
of the
that
day, I
single
can say.
vote. Yo,
That
for
would
you,
be joke
for
of
you
the day,
it
I
might
can
be
say.
joke of the day. For you it might
Come
be
on,
joke
your
of the
leaders
day.
are nervous. You are
Who is
inviting
nervous?
yourself.
Who is nervous?
What is it that
who
Modi
has
has
given,
done
who
for
has
this
given a
state?
statement about
You have
Vokkaliga
not
politics
given the
yesterday?
due GST.
The great DCM
You have
DK
not
Shivkumar,
given the due
who is the
GST
elder
for
brother
the
of
state.
Mr. DK
You think
Suresh,
people will
who
vote?
is an MP
You
from
think
Bangalore
people-
Rural,
What are the
which was
MPs
the
from
only
Bangalore?
seat Congress had.
What-
That was the
what
only
have
seat
the
Congress
MPs done
had.
for
If he is
Bangalore?
not
Tell me
nervous,
one
why
thing,
is
what
getting
the
into
MPs have
suddenly
done for
Vokkaliga
Bangalore?
politics?
Okay, we should give the Congress a voice.
If he is not
No,
nervous,
we'll-
why is getting into Vokkaliga
Okay,
politics?
okay, we'll
Why
give the
is not
Congress
thinking
a
about the
voice.
development?
Now, Gowdaji, a lot of questions being raised on the fact that the Congress did promise 5 guarantees. And that is the reason why you won the elections. But when it comes to the Lok Sabha, now this is where you have Narendra Modi on the ticket. And clearly, as the BJP says, the sentiment is with Modi. Who's your leader? Will you announce Rahul Gandhi as your leader, Priyanka Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge? Who's your leader? Who's your prime ministerial
Rahul Gandhi
face?
will going to become the prime minister of this country this time.
When? When
This
would he
time.
become the prime minister?
This time, 2024.
Have you announced him as a prime ministerial candidate?
Of course, he is our leader. Rahul Gandhi will going to become the prime minister of this country. As
But
far as
Mamata
Karnataka
Banerjee
is
does not
concerned.
like him. Nitish Kumar did not like him. He walked out. Arvind Kejriwal definitely does not like him. So who's going to be supporting you? in ensuring that Rahul Gandhi becomes Prime Minister?
See, everybody is we are all intact. India is intact, and everybody is with Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi will be the Prime Minister of this country after these elections. As far as Karnataka is concerned, we have delivered all the guarantees and we have implemented, and the people of Karnataka are all very happy that during this there is no drought time also. People are living happily.
What about the water crisis, sir? Because I was just speaking to so many people. We've never seen such a huge water crisis.
Please allow me to complete my
Then who's got to do with?
No.
So are you saying who's responsible?
Yeah.
It's a national thing.
Okay, we'll let Gowdaji respond. Yes.
Allow me to speak.
Yes.
I will tell you. See, during this drought period also, peoples are living happily because of the right implementation. Five guarantees we have implemented. Everybody is happy. All the household women are getting 2,000 rupees to their accounts. 200 megawatt power is for free, and travel across the state. 1 second, madam. Across the state, women are traveling in the government bus freely. Everybody is happy. That is why I'm telling you, Congress is going to win more than 25 seats. Maybe one or two BJP will come.
One or two you're giving
Yes.
to them. He's saying he's keeping 25. I'll get Prashanti, then you'll come. Yes.
See, now what we say, 400 seats is just not a seat. We know. We mean NDA means development, NDA means growth. So we think about it. We don't give freebies. Sir, we don't give freebies. We don't give freebies.
Hindutva politics.
There is no
It will not
development.
fetch vote.
It's been more
Enough
than
is enough.
Okay.
8-9 months.
Madam,
There
10
is
years,
no
no
development
change.
at all. Please
Okay, but
don't
Abdul, I have to ask Prashanti a question. See, when she's saying this, Gowdaji,
Provoking people's
Gowdaji, you'll respond to her. Let me ask her something. They speak about Parivarvad. Is the JDS not a Parivarvad party?
Ma'am,
What
now
all
please, I
you
would
have
like
said
to-
versus the BJP
I would
has said for you?
I would like the times now to know Congress. Now, how many Parivar words you have?
Madam,
how
you
many
talk
you
about
have?
your party
No,
now.
I'm telling you.
Grandfather, father, son-in-law, everybody is in the
One by
frame.
one, please.
Madam,
Why are you
son-in-law,
saying-
grandfather,
Abdul, we'll let her talk.
Your uncles
I
are
will come to you.
brothers,
I'll come to you, sir.
private limited company.
So let her respond. Let her respond,
You
sir.
joined hands with
Who is
them,
DK Shivakumar's
and you are also
brother?
going down.
Let her respond. Let her
Who is
respond.
DK
Yes.
Shivakumar? His brother is he not contesting election? And who is Sidramaya? His son. Everything they are
Sir, madam, we don't have information at all. Sidramaiah son not is contesting. DK Shivakumar is son of a farmer. Son of a farmer. He came up by himself. DK Shivakumar come up by himself. There is no legacy behind him.
With 1,500
legacy behind him, madam.
It is
Please
completely
understand the
dynasty
facts.
politics
Please
is
understand
done
the
by
facts.
Congress
Modi
right
himself
now.
told.
Okay,
Modi
she
himself
says
told.
dynastic politics is practiced by the Congress.
You have no words to talk about NDA alliance
Okay.
because
No
we are
development
only
at
thinking
all.
about
Okay.
Madam, shall I react one
I will.
thinking about
Huh.
Madam,
growth
please note
and
my
development
point.
of this
This
country. That
country
is why
should.
we have allied with
I want.
Okay.
This country should acknowledge.
But
that
Gowdaji-
Modi's one statement.
Huh.
Modi himself told when he come to last time when he come to for the for the campaign election campaign. What he told. Devadaji family is a private limited company. Now he has joined hands with that private limited company.
No. Vishwamohan,
Yes.
Vishwamohan, one second. No, please.
Sonia Gandhi. Now
We
he's going
are-
in front of us.
We are digressing. We are digressing. I
Sonia
will
Gandhi.
come back.
Private
What is
limited
Sidramaiah
company,
called? Rahul
and you are
Gandhi?
going down
Yeah,
along
the
with this
Congress-
private
What did they
limited
call?
company.
Congress itself is a chameleon. You change your color when
Okay.
required. Please don't
You know,
do this.
I think-
We have a few questions to
whatever
answer.
the
Which is
five
about the
gifts-
guarantees.
5 guarantees you have given.
We
Please
have
prove it.
already
Bring that
implemented.
blueprint
We have
and then
already
prove it.
successfully
Okay.
implemented all the
Gowdaji.
guarantees.
No,
See, the point
All
is,
the guarantees.
when you
That
talk
is
of
what people are
Karnataka,
gonna
when you
give
talk of
answer.
Karnataka, we'll go one one by one.
One example.
We'll go one by one. We'll go one by one. 1 second. I will come back to you. I'll come back to you. See, it's important because we are standing here. All of you have taken out time to be on the bus. We really talk about issues that matter to the voters. Let them not get lost in rhetoric. Now, there are serious questions on Parivarwad when it comes to the Congress, on Bhrashtachar, corruption. There are also questions being raised on a lot of your allies, like an Arvind Kejriwal. You know, the Congress is doing business with him. And you say that the Congress is ready to project Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial face. Can you tell me whether Rahul Gandhi will be contesting from Amethi or Raebareli, sir?
It is up to Rahul Gandhi, wherever he is comfortable. Our idea, he should.
But he should lead from the front. It's not about being comfortable. It's about leading
whole
from
country,
the front.
whole country. Madam, I'm
Let
answering
him
his
respond.
madam's
Yes,
question.
yes, let him
Madam, whole country is his home. Is his home. Wherever he is comfortable, he will contest. If he is contesting from north, whether he is contesting from south, no matter. That is the whole country. He has travelled across the country, south to north, east to west. See, that he knows the people's pain. He knows the people's pain. He understood. People are all with him. So whether he contests from north, whether he contests from south, whether he contests from the east or west, wherever he contests, he will going to win. It is
Okay.
up to him to choose.
Mohan said Uttar Pradesh is Nehru family mukh. I would like to remind him Dakshin Bharat is BJP Mukt. Of the previous election statistics, if you bring up, of the 129 seats.
But there
of
are
all the
25
five states-
MPs
Let
from
me-
here.
Let me come at that.
They won in
Let me come at
Telangana.
that. Let me come at that. Of the 129 seats of all the 5 states of South India, 29 was what BJP bagged last election.
Correct.
So that is only because 25 came out from Karnataka.
Yes.
So this time, are they able to take 25?
Huh.
I would say they will be restricted to 8 or 10 at the max.
You're giving
This
them
time.
8 or 10 out of
8 or
130.
10
Out of 130
28.
seats in the south.
Out of 28 of Karnataka,
Okay.
they would take 8 of 10. I would say Kerala would be 0. I would say Tamil Nadu would be 0. Yes, Andhra 2 to 3 they can take. Telangana, I would say no.
Now, for a long time now, we do know BJP has been wanting to gain more traction, not just in Karnataka, but in the rest of the southern India. We've seen that the Prime Minister has been putting a lot of efforts. But is there merit to the point that he also raises that because you continue to divide people, and that is not the ideology that the South is willing to accept? Is there merit?
See, that's the problem with Congress, Deepthi. He spoke about Rahul Gandhi doing Bharat Jodo Yatra from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. But what does the leader say? When the 5-state election comes, when the Congress loses miserably, Chidambaram tweets dividing South and India. That's how he tweets. Okay? Then same India Alliance, the Congress partner,
please
DMK
talk
Stalin.
one by one.
No, you
Let
don't.
him
You don't have a
respond. Let him
point.
respond.
Talk
If
about the
you come in
question that he
between,
raised.
if you come in
What
between, you
about
lost the
Rahul
argument.
Gandhi?
Let him
If you come in
complete.
between, you lost the argument.
Abdul,
If you come in between, you lost the argument.
We'll go one by one, sir.
I am
Yes,
answering
yes.
Listening,
her.
DK
Second
Shivakumar
one,
make that too.
India
What
Alliance
your MPs
partner,
did?
India Alliance partner Stalin, he speaks about North and South division.
Huh.
Forget about that. The Congress MP himself, Mr. DK Suresh, who is the brother of DCM DK Shivakumar, he himself speaks about dividing the country.
Yes.
See, Congress mindset, Congress strategy
I
itself
will
is to
come back.
divide the country. Okay? Because it was started by British, everyone knows. British had the same ideology and their DNA itself is there in the Congress. Even they are also dividing the country.
was started
Congress is also
with-
dividing the country. That is
BJP
first point.
was
Second point, I will come to
started with-
devolution.
Now if I say-
I will come to devolution. Hold on,
BJP
madam.
was started
I'll
from
come
where?
to listen.
Who started
I
BJP?
know you don't
Those
have,
people
you
who
don't have
lived
guts to
on
listen
the
to my
mercy
answer.
of the British.
Don't
Come back.
speak.
Come back to the
They have
present
licked
time.
the boots of the
Listen,
British.
Abdul,
listen.
once.
Who is the
BJP
bootlicker? No.
Quickly. No, please.
Congress has a
BJP
British
right from
DNA.
Johnson,
Congress has
if
a
you talk
British
about the
DNA.
founders,
British
those were the
looted,
people
British
who
divided.
took
Now
stipend
today,
from the
Congress
British.
is also
They lived on
dividing the
British
country
stipend.
between North and South. Listen.
They said,
You
I
have
will be
to
an
listen.
obedient servant
Listen to me.
in their mercy
Second one,
petition.
tax
Okay.
revolution.
Don't forget
Tax
that.
revolution.
30 seconds.
Tax
30
revolution.
seconds. 30
okay?
seconds and I'm coming
Tax
to you, sir.
revolution. During UPA era,
Huh.
only 82,000 crores came to Karnataka. Whereas during Modi ji's era, 282,000 crores.
But
two and
how
a half
much
times
had to
higher.
come?
Next,
How
second
much
one.
are we
Second
sending?
one. Second one. In addition to that, There are central schemes like Kisan Samman Yojana. More than 18,000 crores straight away came from the government. Okay? There is a Kempegoda Terminal 2 airport in Bangalore.
Modi
There are
is
metro
not the
connections.
relevant right.
Hold on, Razak.
Yes.
There is an HL factory in Tumkur. There is a triple IT. There is an AIMS. There are railway stations. What are these?
We need to wrap, but I think the voters will have answers to a lot of questions they raised, that I raised with all these netas. So have those questions being answered? Or, you know, is this really a fight of the Karnataka Congress model that they believe is a model of guarantees versus the Narendra Modi speech of 400 par? Karnataka, an extremely important state, like we said. I thank all our panelists for joining us on top of the bus. 28 Lok Sabha seats the last time around. The Congress just won one. Can the Congress stop the BJP's Vijay Rath here in Karnataka and hence the entire Mission 370? We are watching. Thank you for joining us on board the Election Yatra. Our journey continues. The Election Yatra, ladies and gentlemen, has been on the ground. We've reached your doorstep. We are speaking to you. We are also speaking to those who are newsmakers. We are speaking to those who are accountable. We are speaking to those who will be vying, remember, to reach the parliament. And when you're in Karnataka, you cannot but notice this beautiful, majestic structure, the Vidhan Sauda, right behind us here. And this is a beautiful place otherwise, and more so if you have a guest like Dr. Ashwath Narayanan, the former Deputy Chief Minister, a former minister also here. And he's very important here in the BJP scheme of things. So how is the BJP poised, sir, here when you look at the Karnataka politics, the big mission south that all of you are focusing on? What is your number of the seats?
Yeah, since entire country is looking forward to bring back Narendra Modi's government once again, Narendra Modi Sarkar back in 2024, probably in this direction in the state of Karnataka, it's been the Modi way. Everyone is looking forward to give their support to Modi ji because we have seen a lot of progress in the past 10 years. We can see much more better things in next 5 years. Probably the right choice will be Narendra Modi ji. In this direction, out of the 28 Lok Sabha constituency put together, we had won on our own 25 seats in the previous election. This election, we are expecting to win all the 28. We are very sure of 100% strike rate that we are going to win all the 28.
Now, there is a lot of conversation about the fact that this is the same state that just months earlier has voted for a Congress government. And clearly, when it comes to a lot of local issues, perhaps people prefer the Congress. But when it comes to centre, you believe that the preference will change. Is the Congress in a situation to give you guys a fight more so now when they're ruling the state?
See, because there's no alternative to Modi Sahab. See, Modi Sarkar is having pro-incumbency. The incumbency is so high, pro-incumbency wave is so strong, so good. I feel the entire electorate, more than 75% of the people are for Modi ji. Once again, they want Modi ji to become the Prime Minister. So it is very clear, the choice of Prime Ministership, it is with the NDA. So it's very clear. I don't see the previous election or 1 year back, what we had for the Vidhan Sabha, doesn't matter. For the present Lok Sabha, it is very clear, it is Modi. Modi versus Modi only. It is nobody else.
Modi is the only factor you think in these elections?
Yeah, definitely the Modi work and supported by the entire team of NDA and all the bottom level, all the foot soldiers, they're all for Modi Sahab and whatever good has happened, it is all under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji.
And when you do speak about the pro-incumbency factor here, the truth is that the BJP also had to remove a lot of, your sitting MPs in the state of Karnataka. So is that also not an admission of the fact that there has been anti-incumbency? People perhaps might not be happy with your sitting MPs. And in the same breath, I'll ask you, why is Ashwath Narayanan not contesting the parliamentary elections? A lot of your people say we wanted you to contest.
Yeah, see, basically, when you are fielding a candidate, you should keep in mind the relevant factors, the choice of the opinion of the people. And in this backdrop, the changes has to happen. It cannot continue per se for all the time. In the direction, wherever the necessary changes of candidates has to be done, the changes have been done, keeping in mind the voters' choice and as well as the party organization. Many factors come into the picture. So we need to ensure the acceptance also is very important. Probably in this direction, the changes have happened with regard to the candidature. When it comes to my choice and my candidature for the Lok Sabha, since I got elected in the 23 as a member of Legislative Assembly, I feel there's a lot of opportunity for me to do in the state of Karnataka. I can continue to do the good work in the state of Karnataka. And many other leaders are there, many potential candidates are there who will be getting a better opportunity to contest. Why should I come in the way of the potential candidate we are having in plenty?
You're saying that we are spoiled for choice, but when it comes to the opposition says the BJP is running scared because this is one of your bastions in Karnataka, the southern gate, and you're looking at a big mission 130 seats. The Prime Minister's been, spending a lot of time in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka, in Kerala. You're looking at gains perhaps also in Andhra and in Telangana. What is your assessment of all these states, and keeping in mind that here you have a lot of regional satraps who are pretty strong?
Definitely regional satraps are there, but when it comes to the assembly election, yes, they have got mandate for themselves. When it comes to the parliament election, Lok Sabha, people are always for NDA. They want to get along with the NDA. They want Modi to be the Prime Minister. For each and every Indian or Southern Indian, Kannadiga people or Andhra people or Tamil Nadu or Kerala, everywhere the choice is with Narendra Modi ji. Probably in this direction, when it comes to the parliament election, definitely they want him to be the again Prime Minister. The gateway to Southern India is through Karnataka. Probably we can expect the better competition from Tamil Nadu also, Andhra also. We can expect a very good strike rate in Andhra. Probably the NDA alliance, the Chandrababu Naidu, TDP, we can expect fantastic numbers. Even in Telangana, probably will be doing extremely well. Even in Tamil Nadu, will be doing extremely well. In Kerala, yes, will be scoring a good numbers.
So this is all that we could pack for you in this edition of the Election Yatra from Bengaluru. As we say Namaskara Bengaluru, it's time for us to head into another location where we'll see you from tomorrow.